Welcome to Nights at the Round Table with Justin and Sean. Justin actually had no idea what we were going to call the show tonight. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, look what's on the table too, Justin. Take a look at what we've got there.
Yeah, we got our magazines, our bulletins that we have. This is the one from today. This is where we highlight Pastor Ern Kohler. Can you guys see that? Yeah. He's walking into the next quinquennium, and this came out a day after that he was elected.
Yeah, and you know that the Adventist Review team, the good people at the Adventist Review, who clearly sponsor this program each evening, also put this bulletin out. It's a full magazine every single day.
Yeah.
Every single day. Tomorrow morning, as delegates go to the steering committee, which is really early in the morning, they will get the next edition, which is going to press right about now.
Yeah.
It's going out the
Listen,
door.
we got an incredible team, who are into the graphic specialists, who are into the editing, who are into the print and the paper, and then we got to get it by 6 o'clock every day. It prints throughout the night, and it's in by 6 o'clock in the morning in people's hands. So it's a crazy
every
grind.
day,
Crazy,
Sabbath accepted.
That's right.
Sabbath accepted every single day. Well, today in the session was another pretty big day, Justin. Talk about a little bit, what did people here in St. Louis see happen today out on the floor?
Yeah, there were two, we talked about it before, there's actually two GCs that are going at the same time, right? You got a nominating committee going on, you got the floor. I don't really know what happened on the floor, so maybe, I don't know if
I was watching the floor. Today was riveting. It was bylaws and policy, and there are people who find that riveting.
Yeah,
the policy wonks love it.
Yeah.
And a lot of important things do happen there. We are an organized church, and we agree on how we operate globally. And that point was actually made today by the chair. It's like, this is really important that we all understand that we operate in the same way. That thrilled me. But when it comes down to, this word versus that word, okay, there are types, accountants, lawyers, and so on, not evangelists necessarily, but those types really start wordsmithing and drilling down all the time. And so, that's what was going on the big floor out here with the majority of the delegates. But then, of course, the nominating committee came back again today with another big report.
Yeah, so we had the president chosen. After the president is chosen, the president enters into the nominating committee and can help. It does not single-handedly choose all the people himself, but does have a pretty big influence over a nominating committee. And he chose the secretary, or helped choose the secretary and the treasurer. Treasurer is Elder Paul Douglas, the incumbent. He had a wonderful treasurer's report. After he gave it, there was like some applause from the floor. Yep. And I think when they approved it, it was like 74 people that were anti, and then like 1,800 were for it. So those are pretty good numbers.
I've actually seen that a lot. Yep. Like the votes that are taking place out there, it's not just a simple majority. It's overwhelming. It's 95% in favor. There's a great spirit of unity on the floor. People seem to be tracking together from the world church.
Yeah. Which is really encouraging from this large body such as this. And then with the secretary, which was Elder Ern Kohler, he became president. There was a vacancy.
A vacancy.
A vacancy in the secretary position.
That's okay. Last night I couldn't find a word. It's your turn tonight.
And it came to be Rick McEdward, who's the president of MENA. So for those of you who followed the evening reports, the MENA report was it Saturday night? It was really exciting. Right. It was step into the impossible, all these crazy things that God is doing in the Middle East. And now he is the new mission, the executive secretary is in charge of missions. So he's going to take that mantle on that Ern Kohler had before.
Pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah.
But then there was another whole slate of candidates because the GC not only has a president, it has a slate of vice presidents.
That's right.
Because a global church, it takes more than one person to sort of oversee the mission of the church worldwide. So we got a slate of VPs again today.
Yeah, so the president can't be the chair of all these organizations, so he divvies those out. And so I think he chose 7. You have, I have in my list here, you have Audrey Anderson, Tom Lemon, Pierre Omeler, and Arthur Stelle. These are the incumbents. They were there before, and they're going to continue serving. What's very exciting is we have Pastor Saul Samuel, who was previously an associate secretary, and before that, he was the president of SSD, the South Asia Pacific Division. Now he is a general vice president. Originally, I think he's Burmese from Myanmar. married to a Thai, and they're just very Southeast Asia focused on mission there. We have Elder Robert Bonsu, who is the president of West Africa Division, and he is originally Ghanaian, but West Africa is slated to be the next big, Francophone rising territory in the world. And lastly, Elder Leonard Johnson, who is the executive secretary for Inter-America, originally from the Bahamas, tall gentleman, a great chap, and he's now also a general vice president as well. So very excited for this new slate of general vice presidents.
Right, and so, we don't know exactly who we might be able to line up. You're going to want to keep coming back to the show because we're going to help you. If you don't know these names, you don't recognize them, we're going to help you meet some of them. We're going to line up some interviews, and you'll see it first here at, well, tomorrow it won't be called Knights at the Round Table anymore. It'll be something entirely different. New title every day, and I'll let Justin pick tomorrow night's title. But you don't want to miss that. And if somebody is not here and they can't get their hands on the bulletin, does that mean they're out of luck? They don't get to see what's in here?
Well, if you subscribe to the Adventist Review, you will get all these. They'll be bundled as one super bulletin thingy, and you'll get it in the mail. But if you're not subscribed, you want to subscribe to the Adventist Review, but you can also go to the GC app, the General Conference Session app, and all the PDFs are there for free as well.
Right. And really, you want to subscribe because getting it, that is like a massive historical piece. All of the bulletins bound together is history.
Pretty nice.
This session, it lets you know, it lets you have in your hand for your church a record of the decisions made, what's going on in your world church. I find these really, really encouraging. So what's on the slate for tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I think, there's also the associate treasurers were chosen. They were a lot of them were incumbents. There was one new one, Elder Gideon Mutero from Hope Channel. He switched over to the General Conference. And then tomorrow was very exciting, will be the associate secretaries. So Rick McEdward will be choosing his associate secretary team. These are the ones in charge of the missionaries around the world, missionary training, and who that team will be. That's exciting. I think also the department heads for the General Conference will be chosen, and also the division presidents. So that's a lot of new names will be coming up. Retirements will be happening, and who knows what movement will be happening in the World Church. So that's exciting.
And potentially tomorrow, Justin will decide if I still get to work at the Adventist Review. That's tomorrow too, right?
Yeah, stay tuned.
There's a daily review of my performance. Just kidding on that one. You want to stay tuned. Join us again tomorrow night. You can watch what's going on the floor on YouTube and different outlets, but we'll give you the summary. I know a lot of you go to different websites to get your news. Get your news from the church. This is actually what's going on. We're sitting right above the floor here, and we'll see you tomorrow night with whatever the show is called tomorrow. Visit AdventistReview.org, and we'll see you tomorrow night.